Welcome back, Dunk Squad, to year 4 of the Madden 24 New Orleans Saints realistic rebuild. If you tuned in to part 3, it went just as how this rebuild has gone from the beginning. Losing season after losing season after losing season. We didn't take advantage when we had David Carr at quarterback, when we had Alvin Kamara before we traded him away, when we had Michael Thomas before we let him walk. Now, no more Dennis Allen. If you look in that right top screen, no Vision Duncan. Not me. I'm Wank Duncan. But no Vision Duncan stepping in as the new New Orleans Saints head coach with a new staff. And it is a new era here in New Orleans. And we ain't going to waste no more time. We're going to meet the roster, the squad, the team here before the preseason starts in year 4. Our new quarterback of the future, not going to be Geno Smith, even though we brought him in to be that mentor bridge quarterback. Go Hawks. But it will be Lawrence Whitfield, quarterback, rookie quarterback out of Arizona, who we drafted with our top pick, 6'3", 228, 21 years of age. Looking at his ratings, 94 throw power. He has a big arm on him, 83 deep accuracy, almost 80 medium accuracy, 81 short accuracy, great awareness, great throw on the run, great play action. Got some speed on him, got some size on him. Just a good, strong arm, balanced quarterback. And normal dev, I know that boring, brown dev trait, but rookie quarterback, if he can win rookie of the year, put up good numbers, may get off that boring brown, get that shiny silver dev trait at some point during the season or even after the season. But we did bring in Geno, so if Lawrence Whitfield is not ready for the first couple of games and we have that open quarterback competition in preseason, because preseason matters, we could go with Geno Smith for a little while. Running back, we are fully committing to Kendre Miller, who is in a contract year, so this is his last year to kind of prove to us that, he can be running back one. We let go of Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams, but our running game has been non-existent. Even when we had Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams, the running game has just not been there. So hopefully Kendre Miller can help us in that department with the running game. We brought in Antonio Gibson before the preseason started just to get that receiving back, kind of like an Alvin Kamara. And then we got Andrew Hamilton, our power back, going into his second season. Fullback, we got Cody T. Brought him back. Lost his superstar dev when we signed him in the free agency in the preseason of last season. He had a superstar dev, and just like kickers, punters, fullbacks, they think they don't matter. They always rob them of their dev traits. But we brought him back. Cody Teague, our superstar fullback. At receiver, Chris Olave. He's been the only wide receiver eating in this offense, in this Saints playbook. And we tried to go after Tyreek Hill in free agency. I wasn't too aggressive because we believe in Chris Olave. That was another reason why we let Michael Thomas walk. He's the only one he's been the most consistent player, not even just on offense, but this whole rebuild. When you look at the numbers, he's been consistent. And Chris Olave, we're going to commit to him as our wide receiver one. We already have committed to him as our wide receiver one, and he's going to help out either Geno Smith or our rookie quarterback. Matthew Grant here we got in the draft. He's going to be our slot receiver. He was a steal. I think we got him like in the 5th or the 6th round. It was one of them late round picks, and yeah, it was the 5th round, and he has a chance to start at wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3. Definitely going to start in the slot. A.T. Perry, kind of in that Kendre Miller, same type of boat, going into a contract year. We put a lot of faith in him. We chose him over guys like Rashid Shaheed and Mike Thomas and whoever we had in year 1 at the wide receiver group. But A.T. Perry kind of going, in his last opportunity to be our wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3. Eric Ellis was our return guy last season. Tight end, got in the draft, Roman Whiteside, hidden dev tight end, add another weapon to this wide receiver group, to the skill position players. Lost Foster Moreau, who was our starting tight end last season. We moved on from the likes of Jawan Johnson and Saints legend Taysom Hill, But Roman Whiteside, who we got in the second round after our quarterback, he's going to be a good combination with him and Chris Olave, throwing the ball to them. Brought in Ian Thomas as a backup tight end. Carolina Panther, kind of stealing their players in the division. Then we got DeMarcus Bayless, our second-year tight end, going into the second season. Offensive line still intact. Trevor Penning, Raphael Stevenson going into his second season. That was our first round guard that we took. Center, we still got Eric McCoy, still got Cesar Ruiz, still got Nick Saldiveri here as like our swing offensive lineman. And then we got the great Ryan Ramczyk. At defensive end, Isaiah Foskey going into his contract year. I think he has a 5th-year option. Don't know if I picked it up yet. Don't remember if I did. I think Foskey was a second-round pick. I think he was, because they took Brian Brzee. Yeah, I think Foskey, was a second-round pick. So going into his contract year, so kind of that draft class going into their contract year, brought in Romeo Okwara, the veteran. Nas Wilkins going into his third season, brought back Tat McKinley. Brian Brzee going into his, well, we picked up the 5th-year option. Max Baber, our big 400-pound nose tackle, defensive tackle that we took last season, going into his second season, brought back David Onyemata, and then we signed this undrafted rookie defensive tackle Joseph Arnold just to fill out the depth chart. Stephon Miller going into his third season, brought in Blake Cashman to be just some room, add to the room in preseason. Devin Bush, one of our first free agent signings. Right outside linebacker Bobby Snow going into his second season. Hopefully he makes a big jump. Marshawn Lattimore, still our best cornerback. Got Alontae Taylor, who had a big season a couple seasons ago. Has a chance to be our cornerback too. Josh Eubanks, though, slot corner that we got in the draft. And we took him with our second-round pick. We had 2 second-round picks, so we got him and the tight end. He's going to compete with Alontae Taylor and this guy, Brian Beckham, who we took a couple of seasons ago, who used to have star dev, now has normal dev. So we're 4 corners deep. Y'all know I love my 4-5 cornerbacks. We got Honey Badger still on the team. Strong safety, we got Buda Baker, still got Jordan Howden down here, Najee Johnson. Group, who's been a great kicker the past couple of seasons. Still don't know if it's Group or Group A. I feel like it's Group A. I still got to look that up. And then we got a rookie punter, Kerry Ziegler, out of Alabama. And then those are draft picks right there. I think we have room for a team captain slot, and I'm going to give it to the most consistent player. This is probably the most deserving C patch that I've handed out, and it's going to be Chris Olave. Used to be Michael Thomas, moved to C to that number 12 jersey. Don't know if we have any more team captain patches to hand out, and we actually do. I feel like giving it to Group A. Give it to special teams. Give it to the kicker. I think we already have Ramczyk. Oh, Ramczyk doesn't have one. But I think Eric McCoy already has one on the offensive line. I don't need 2 offensive linemen having team captain. We give it to Brian Brzee, leader of the D-line. Why not? Let's give it to Brian Brzee. He's ready to take over as the leader of that defensive line. And that should be the final. I feel like we have another slot. And we do. I think I'm going to do it. Let me look at the stats first. Let me check the stats. He only missed 1 field goal last season. I'm electing Blake Group or Group A, however you say it, team captain. So now we have team captains on offense, defense, and special teams. And we will be doing a little bit of training camp. I feel like this is a completely new look team, new look Saints. We got a rookie quarterback. Sometimes you can get dev trait upgrades in training camp, and him and Gino going to battle it out in preseason. So let's do a little bit of training camp. We got guys unproven like A.T. Perry, we got Kendre Millers, and to give you guys some gameplay. So we're going to do this And let's do Lawrence Whitfield. Don't know if I'm going to do all of them. But let's see our rookie first round quarterback with the big arm, Whitfield. Okay, first 2 targets. Right on the dot. Boy, got an arm on him. It just comes out like a laser. Yeah, he definitely might beat out Geno for the starting quarterback role. And he's going to be the starter at some point anyway. But we don't have to rush him as the starter. But we might have to. Already up to silver. Bro, he is accurate. And we got the Goldie. Boom. There you have it. Gold. See if we get the depth trait upgrade. Probably not. It's kind of rare. I have gotten it before in the past when I'm doing my offline franchises. And we get 2,000 XP and a skill point. Could do the other one for Geno. But we're going to do... why not? Let's do Geno. My Seahawks quarterback, because they are going to be competing in preseason for the starting job. So let's do this. See if Geno is still accurate at this age, at this point in his career, 4 years in. Great catch by the slot rookie wide receiver Grant. Get to see him in action. Let's look at A.T. Perry here. Beat his man. Can he beat his man? Catches the ball, holds on to it. Geno not doing bad. And that was kind of a bad route and bad throw. Not going to blame all that on Geno. Grant has to hold on to that. Was a tough catch, though. Let's go to Olave. Or that's Perry. My bad. Grant kind of getting caught up there with the defender. And don't know where to go at this one. Just going to throw it up. Interception. That one's on me. That was a great route by Ellis. And we get bronze with Geno Smith. We are going to do rushing attack with Kendre Miller. He's another one of those guys. Contract year, last chance, last opportunity. If we get gold, could maybe go up to star dev at least. Here we go, Shaq. Ready. Breaks the tackle. Here we go. Go. And this one, probably the easiest of the damn drills. And I say that as I get tackled. But we should still be able to get gold. Unless some baby back happens. Our fullback doesn't block. We get a look at Teague. The superstar should still be superstar dev fullback. Man, that one tackle may have cost us. We're not even at silver yet. Got 14 seconds. It's gonna be close. Come on, Kendra. I think one more touchdown. Let's take this to the outside. Great block by Teague. 0 seconds on the clock. We dive in and we still get gold. That should be an XP point for Kendra Miller. And let's see if we get upgraded to Star Dev, and we do not. Could do wide receiver battle. You know what? Let's do some more. Let's do wide receiver battle. And we're going to do... No, let's do the rookie wide receiver, Matthew Grant, our slot receiver. Look at the defender all over us, man. I know it sucks that, you know, we just got dead like that in the drill, but that's actually good. You know, this is a team game, and if our defense can lock guys up like that, I'm all for it. But don't do me like that in this drill. This drill is about Grant, not the defenders. 400. Great throw from, is that Whitfield, rookie quarterback. Great route by Grant. I think he's going to be, he might beat out our quarterback for offensive rookie of the year. I think he's going to have a big season. And we get gold with 1 rep left. Let's go deep. Why not? And he can do it all. He can do it in the slot. He can do medium routes. He can do it deep. And we might as well do our rookie tight end with the red zone battle. If I can find him, Roman Whiteside. Kind of looks like a receiver. I think he is a vertical threat. So even though we are a little weak at receiver, Whiteside is going to be damn near our wide receiver too. Hopefully. Oh, he went to dive for it and couldn't get it. This defender. Who is number 1? You know who that is. Might be Buda Baker. We're up to bronze. Not liking some of these throws. Maybe the red zone throws are our rookie quarterback's weakness. And we get silver. I'll take it. I ain't gonna cheat the game. I ain't gonna cheat the system. I'm gonna take what we get. Get silver. Trench battle. Chase and tackle. We'll do trench battle. Guys, we might as well do all of them. Might as well do all of them. Who though? Who should we do? You know, let's do the leader of the defensive line. Let's do Brian Brzee. He's moving really good. So he got the, I think that's Ryan Ramczyk. And I hate these little things, man. Trip you up. And let's see if we can make the tackle. And we do. Don't want to injure our quarterback. Man, Brian Brzee looking to have a breakout season. Oh, they did me like that, man. They did me like that. They did me like that. We were on our way to go. I'm not going to try again. We're going to take it. Take it right to the chin. Take it to the head. Just going to take it. And chase and tackle. Who could we do? Milner, Bush. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that one. I can't stand that one. Alontae Taylor, Eubanks. Yeah, let's do Alontae Taylor. No, we'll do Eubanks. Let's do Eubanks, our rookie corner. This one is one of the easiest ones, like the running back, because you actually see the route. And as long as you can keep up with them, you should be able to get gold. Got beat there. I think this is the rookie wide receiver we're going against. So rookie versus rookie. Eubanks versus Grant. Knocked him off his route. They still throw it, and we get the interception. Well covered, and we get goal just like that with 2 reps remaining. Doesn't matter what happens here. And he beats us. Tried to die for it. But we're not going to let him slide with this last attempt. And boom, 100 points, and we get gold. No dev trait. And you know what? Why not? Let's do a field goal with our new team captain, Blake, Group or Group A. And I'm actually good at this one. I know a lot of people don't do this one. And the trick is you have to give time for that target to go up, and then right as it's about to go down, that's when you kick it. And you want to try to get the accuracy timed up perfect. I haven't hit the target yet. Or at least get it in the little red rectangle there. Man, his meter is moving too slow, man. So turtle. That's what's messing me up. Great hold by Geno Smith. It is the meter. The meter. There we go. And as bad as I'm doing right now, I still might be able to get gold. Might not happen. Ah, definitely not going to happen after that kick. Wide right. Boom. We'll take our silver. I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do the punting, not going to do the linebacker. All our linebackers are star dev. Don't feel like getting did in by the running backs. I have like a hit stick addiction. I always go for hit sticks. And this one, probably one of the hardest ones, the defensive battle. This one does not have the route read out for you, so you just kind of got to get lucky. So let's back out of this and simulate the preseason. First game against the Denver Broncos. We already set our depth chart. No Marshawn Lattimore's, no Chris Olave's. They will not be playing. And we lose our first preseason game. We did start the rookie quarterback over Geno Smith for that game. And how did he do? They both played like ass. Andrew Hamilton had 2 touchdowns trying to beat out Antonio Gibson for that backup running back role. And then defensively, Wilkins had a sack. Blake Cashman trying to make the team. Bobby Snow, Brzee, who had a great training camp. No interceptions. Jason Myers, go Hawks, 4 for 4 on field goals. And we lose, so we will keep the rookie quarterback in for this preseason game since Geno played like ass against the backups. And we win. And we do have a training camp standout. Watch it be Brian Brzee because I just talked about it. And Gino goes off, but remember that is against backups. We're gonna put him with the starters for the last preseason game and see how he does then. Even though Whitfield threw 2 interceptions, he was 12 of 19. Kendra Miller only 36 yards rushing. Antonio Gibson with the touchdown. So a close battle between him and Hamilton for that running back 2 spot. Grant 64 yards in the touchdown, trying to get that wide receiver 2 spot. Isaiah Foskey with the sack, no interceptions, still no field goals. And let's switch to quarterbacks, but let's check out this training camp standout. See who it may be. And it is Isaiah Foskey. So another defensive lineman from that draft class. And we're going to do power moves, finesse moves. Probably should have did block shedding. And we will now go with Geno Smith as a starter for this last game. And then we're going to go with Grant as a starter. And then running back 2, we're going to go with Hamilton. So those are the only changes we will be making. And let's see if we can beat the Raiders, undefeated Raiders, in the last preseason game. And we can't. And let's see how everybody did. Close game, 21-28. And Whitfield, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Geno actually did not play that bad. But look at the efficiency, 17-19. Just because off of the efficiency alone, I think I'm going to go with Lawrence Whitfield as a starter. We might as well. Geno played great the last 2 preseason games against the starters and the backups. I could start Geno probably like the first game of the season, but if he plays well, we go undefeated, then it's like, what do we do at Whitfield? And I'm already in year 4, and we need Whitfield up to at least start dev this season. I think Hamilton's going to be running back 2 over Antonio Gibson, and then I think Grant is going to be wide receiver 2 and in the slot over A.T. Perry. And then no sacks. We had no interceptions all preseason, no field goals all preseason, as we get ready to make our final cuts and we look at the final stats of the preseason to see who all performed, who all balled out, who all won starting jobs. Geno Smith was not bad. Man, we're going to go at the rookie. I'm going to go at the rookie. 2 touchdowns for Hamilton, yes. So Hamilton actually, go with him as the starter. Kendra doesn't even have a player tag. And Hamilton has a future starter tag. Contract year for Kendra Miller. Could always upgrade if we let him walk. We might go with Hamilton as a starter. Osgood, Marco Osgood, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. But we're going to go at Matthew Grant as wide receiver 2. We know who our offensive linemen are. We know all the starters on defense. I think we actually had some battles at cornerback, though. Eubanks had 16 tackles, no interceptions from anybody, though. How did Beckham do? 10 tackles. And then where is my boy Alontae Taylor? So 7. Kicking, we didn't have anything. So I think we have a pretty good clue on who we're going to cut. We only have to cut 7 players. It's not bad. I'm leaning towards starting Geno for at least the first game of the season. But we'll see. We'll see. We're going to put these 2 running backs on the practice squad. We'll go with our 3 guys. We might even do running back by committee like we were doing before. So we might have Kendra start, have Hamilton as the power back, Antonio Gibson as the 3rd down back. Receiving, Osgood, Pritchett. Didn't know we got Pritchett in the draft. So we're going to put this guy down here, James Cannon. Move him to the PS. Tight end should be good. Offensive lineman should be set. Shouldn't have any extra offensive lineman, no extra defensive lineman, no defensive tackles. We do have an extra linebacker here, Neil Peck. We will move him to the practice squad. I think we have a couple of middle linebackers. We'll move CJ Schroeder to the practice squad. We have a lot of college players out of Alabama. I noticed that. Corners, we have a bunch of them. Just cut them all. we should be set. I think we're going to keep the 3 safeties like we've had before. We're going to check out free agency just to see if there's any stars that may have cut. I did check before, and I did see guys like Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, but we're just not going to bring those guys back. Now, Derek Carr, as I was just bringing it up, he's there. Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara. We're just going in a new direction. See, Michael Thomas is there. I mean, we have a quarterback now. Even Adam Troutman, former Saint. Yeah, so I think we're going to roll with this team. James Bradbury is here, though. We are kind of weak at corner. But I don't think we're going to be that competitive this season. Definitely going to be better, I think, than last season with all of our young players developing. So let's upgrade our quarterback here. Do field general. And then everybody else. We'll do our tight end. Well, he's already a scheme fit. We'll just auto upgrade everybody. Set the depth chart to our liking. Hopefully it doesn't change during the season, as I've had issues with that, even though we can change the settings to manual. Same old Madden. But yeah, even they're going Whitfield when I just generated the best lineup. So the game knows what it be doing. So our QB1 will be Lawrence Whitfield, even though there was some stellar play from Geno Smith. He's going to mentor Lawrence Whitfield. We got Kendre Miller. We're going to go with Hamilton as a running back 2. Fullback, we're going to go with Cody T, Ian Thomas, and Antonio Gibson. Wide receiver, Chris Olave, Grant, A.T. Perry, Ellis, Pritchett. Man, we probably need some depth at receiver. Tight end will be the rookie Roman Whiteside. Offensive line should be set. Defensive line should be set. Foskey and Niles Wilkins, Brian Brzee, and Baber. Onyemata's back. Probably should have made him a team captain. Devin Bush, the 2 young linebackers, Snow and Milner. Corner, I think I'm going to start the rookie Josh Eubanks and put him in the slot. Free safety, Honey Badger. Strong safety will be Buda Baker. Special teams, they have Hugh Banks, Antonio Gibson, Osgood. Honestly, Osgood played really good in the preseason, so we're going to put him back there. And punt return, they have Grant. That's fine. Kickoff start is going to be Group, the team captain. Saul DeVary, I might make him the long snapper. And Barry will be the backup long snapper. Third down back will be Antonio Gibson. Power back will be Hamilton. Slot receiver will be Grant. Defensive end should be Foskey. On the right, we should have Wilkins. And Tat McKinley should be in here somewhere. There we go. D tackle should be Baber and Brzee and Onyemata. Devin Bush, we're going to go with Snow and Milner. Slot corner will be Eubanks, Beckham, and Humphrey. Actually, we'll put Jordan Howden right there. And that is the lineup. That is the team going into year 4, week 1. Kick off the season against the Cincinnati Bengals. As we are 82 overall, 84 defense, 81 offense. So our defense still the focal point of the team, the strongest point of the team. And honestly, rookie quarterback starting, we're going to say about 4 wins. Exactly, 4 wins. I know it sucked. You don't want to play to lose. I'm not playing to lose, even though we're losing a lot. But we just had to do a mini rebuild within the rebuild. We missed our opportunity when we had the Derek Carr-led team. That was our window when the division was weak, and now everybody in the division has gotten stronger. Look at all these quarterbacks. 3 top 5 quarterbacks in this draft class, but we already took the guy that we wanted. And camp standout, this is Isaiah Foskey. And I know he is poised to get that breakout. We'll see if he can continue that breakout from that strong training camp. And let's see if we can beat the Bengals on the road to get our first win of the season. And we can't. We lose. But how bad did we lose? 13 and 21, not bad. Only 8 points. Only kicked the field goal in the first half. Finally scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter. We ran the ball, no turnovers. I like seeing that. And Lawrence Whitfield throws his first career touchdown, no interceptions, 2 sacks, 20 of 34, so not a bad debut. Kendra had 50 yards rushing. Joe Burrow rushed for a touchdown against us. Lawrence Whitfield also rushed for 20 yards. Grant, a slot receiver, he run the ball. Hamilton, Gibson, so using the running back by committee. Chris Olave, so consistent, 8 catches, 103, and a touchdown. T. Higgins had a couple of touchdowns against us. Trevor Penning, Eric McCoy giving up some sacks. No sacks, man. We got no sacks in the preseason, and that's continuing on to the regular season. No interceptions. Don't know what's going on in our defense. And there goes my boy Blake, group or group A, 2 for 2, 52-yarder, made all his extra pointers. Osgood, who had a great preseason, great return, 27 yards. And I just peeped that I have 51 out of 53, so we have 2 open spots on the roster. And I know that Isaiah Foskey, and we have an injury, so we may need to sign a couple of people. But we'll just, I cut too many people. I went crazy in preseason. I usually like filling out the 53, but we have like a gut right in, so I'm going to bring anybody in. I mean, he's out 7 weeks. We may need to bring somebody in then. So let's add some more depth to defensive end. Backup Wilkins. Yannick Ngakoue is there. We have the other Okwara brother. We got Romeo on the other side. Let's do maybe Samson Ebicom. Why not? Let's bring in Samson Ebicom. Because we do not have Tat McKinley now for the next 7 weeks. Cleveland Browns, they're 0-1. We're 0-1. Something's got to give. Someone's going to get their first dub of the season. Will it be the Browns? Will it be the Saints? It better be the Saints. Marching into Cleveland. Getting ready for the first mock draft. And we get our first win of the season as the whole division is now 1-1. And we win 20-12. We ran the ball. We've been running the ball these first 2 games better than we did the past 3 seasons. Passed the ball well. We shut the passing game down. A great game for the defense. We did turn the ball over twice. We got a safety, or they got a safety in the first quarter. And 2 picks. First, career interceptions. Got sacked twice, but 24 of 33. We held Deshaun Watson in check, and then look at the split carries from Antonio Gibson, Kendre Miller, and Hamilton, who had a touchdown, the only touchdown of all 3 running backs. Running back by committee. Chris Olave, consistent. Whiteside, 72 yards. Hamilton, 2 touchdowns on the day. Cesar Ruiz gives up a sack. Isaiah Foskey gets the sack, but it's the game after his scenario or his breakout. Eubanks, rookie slot corner, his first career interception, and group A misses his first field goal. I'm about to put that team captain slot on David Ayameta. First mock draft is out. And they don't have us in the top 5. Did I trade away my first round pick? Oh, we got one. 16. Respectable. They have us taking a right tackle. Ryan Ramczyk. Is there something you want to tell me, sir? Is there something that you're holding out? Possible retirement? Any rumors? Trevor Penning. Breakout DB, this should be the rookie corner, Josh Eubanks. See, that's why don't get too down on yourselves. Y'all draft that boring Brown normal dev trait because you can always get that silver in season. And then, hell, you can go from brown to gold. You can have a great Pro Bowl type season, go up to star dev, and then if you win rookie of the year or offensive defensive rookie of the year, you can go from brown. Hell, I think you can even go from normal to X Factor in 1 year. I don't think you can go that far, but, well, you could. If you got a dev trait upgrade in training camp, then got a scenario, hit on it, then have a Pro Bowl type season and win an award, you could possibly go from normal to X Factor in 1 season. So we should try that challenge one day. See if we could take a normal dev player and have them go up to X Factor in 1 season. But we get our first, or not us, I'm Wink Duncan. That's no Vision Duncan taking over the Saints. He gets his first win as a head coach with the Saints as we lose our second game of the season to the Carolina Panthers 35-21. It was 28 to shit in the first half. We shut them out in the third quarter. We couldn't run the ball that well. We're still passing the ball well. And we just couldn't do anything with Bryce Young. He balled out, did his thug. Look at that, 2 rushing touchdowns. And he threw for 5 total touchdowns for Bryce Young. I'm loving this running back committee, the fullback getting involved. He had a rushing touchdown. Maybe that's what we need to do, because now that we're really using the running back committee, and Chris Olave, Mr. Consistent, A.T. Perry, 71 yards. Now that we're using multiple running backs, the rushing numbers are going up. So maybe this playbook just doesn't need to rely on one running back. But we're 1-2. And would you look at that? Josh Eubanks, rookie, slot corner, is now a star dev. Got the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're at home. And I always love losing to the Steelers. 10-24. Couldn't get our offense going. 1 touchdown, 1 pick each for Kenny Pickett and Lawrence Whitfield. Couldn't do anything with Najee Harris. Over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chris Olave, man. We're just wasting his talent right now. Max Baber, the sack. Buda Baker with a pick. 56-yarder for a group or a group A. We are now 1-3. We have a new injury. Kendre Miller's season is over. Gonna miss the next 5 games. But we still have 2 capable running backs. And we lose. Fall to 1-4. 7-13, low scoring game. What happened? We let them get 2 field goals in the fourth quarter, and then Lawrence Whitfield just had the worst game of his career. Andrew Hamilton, though, taking advantage of the injury with Kendre Miller. His first game as a starter, 58 yards. Lawrence running it for 30 yards and a TD. Tyreek Hill, that's the team. That's the team. He went to Green Bay over us. Would have been great to add him and Chris Olave playing together, but Chris Olave doing his thing still. 3 TFLs for Brian Brzee. No interceptions, no field goals. And we are down to 1-4, 1-5. All I know is we got 1 win. And we're looking for our second. The rest of the division already up 2 on us. 3 games apiece. We got the 0-5 trap game, Chicago Bears. And we put them away. We make them go to 0-6. We go to 2-4. We still couldn't run the ball. I mean, Kendre Miller's gone. But look how aggressive no vision Duncan is. Coaching like he got no vision. He like his 4th and 20. We going for it. 3 third down. Or no, I'm reading the wrong thing. That's 3rd down conversions. But look at the Bears. They're the ones with no vision. They went for it on 4th down twice and got it. So salute to the Bears. Lawrence Whitfield, 2 touchdowns, 200 yards, no picks, only 1 sack, 17 of 21, 80 completion percentage. Touchdown for Hamilton. He's balling out as the starting running back. Now, we may just start him for the rest of the season, even when Kendre Miller comes back. A.T. Perry and Ellis both with touchdowns. Cesar Ruiz gives up a sack. David Onyemata, the veteran defensive tackle, with a sack. And we get our 2nd win of the season. Practice squad player just got stolen from us. Don't know who Gabe Folk is. Have a great time in Buffalo. And we have my Seattle Seahawks, who are also 2-4. We're only 1 game behind in the division, so we are in the race still. Slow and steady wins the race. But we need to catch up quick. And we are 3-4, so 2-game winning streak. 36, man. I hate that we had to do my Hawks like that. But we were up 17-0 in the first half. We dropped 16 in the fourth quarter. 300 passing yards, no turnovers. What a day for Lawrence Whitfield. Career day. 309, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. 27-36 only. And look at that. Sam Howell got sacked 4 times by our defense, so we got some pressure. Touchdown for Antonio Gibson. Chris Olave. Ian Thomas. Thought it said Michael Thomas for a second. Thought he was back. Grant. the rookie wide receiver. I think that's his first career touchdown. Trevor Penning gave up 2 sacks. Brian Brzee, Stephon Milner, Max Baber, and Isaiah Foskey all with sacks. Buda Baker, his second pick of the season group, has only missed 1 field goal. So I guess I overreacted when he did miss that field goal in the second game. Breakout wide receiver. And this should be for our rookie slot wide receiver, Grant. We saw what the corner Eubanks did going to. Oh, this is actually Chris Olave trying to go up to X Factor. Don't think he's going to get 204. We have a weekly award winner, Whitfield, getting his first one. We got the Carolina Panthers. We saw what they did to us the first meeting. We're in Carolina, so I am kind of nervous about this one. Division is very competitive right now. It's a dog fight. And we are in the fight, and we got that dog in us. Our 3rd straight win, our 2nd straight game of dropping 30+. We split the season series with the Carolina Panthers. Pick off Bryce Young 3 times, no sacks. Shout out to the offensive line. Antonio Gibson, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Grant, man, I wish the scenario was for him. Chris Olave obviously didn't hit it, but 4 catches, 98 yards, and a touchdown, career day for him. The rookies are balling the season. First career touchdown for our rookie tight end. What's his name? Roman something. Whiteside. Baber and Milton. Baber's having a quiet, good second season, sophomore season. Honey Badger with a pick. Buda Baker with a pick. That's his 3rd of the season, 2nd straight game. Alontae Taylor with the interception. And the New Orleans Saints. We hit our goal of 4 wins. Shouldn't have clicked on this because I know Chris Olave didn't get it. But he is still Mr. Consistent, and he is playing at a high level. Now we have my Minnesota Vikings, who are 3-4. We moved to 3rd in the division. We're tied with the Panthers right now. Falcons sitting at 5-3. We're only 1 game behind them. I don't think we even played them yet. And we are on a roll. We're over 500. 4 games in a row without our starting running back. 28-14. Defense is playing exceptional. No turnovers from the offense. 3 touchdowns. What changed? Was it just the quarterback? Was Derek Carr holding us back? Is it because I played the training camps? Hamilton. Is it because I moved to running back by committee? Jordan Addison went crazy on us. Chris Olave. Roman Whiteside, his 2nd straight touchdown game. Bayless, I saw his name. Bayless, our 3rd tight end, had a touchdown. Baber, man. Balling. All 400 pounds, bro. 6'3", 400 pounds. Getting sacks. David Onyemata with 2 sacks on the season as our 3rd defensive tackle. Marshawn Lattimore, his first pick of the season. And shout out to this guy, Chris Portillo. 0 of 2 on field goals. I told y'all special teams mattered. That could have made the game a little bit closer if he made those 2 field goals. And we have a bye week next week after this game. It's a tough game against the Ravens. We move to 2nd place, 1 game behind the Falcons, who we have yet played, and we continue to pile up the W's, man. 20-17. What a year for we're having. Y'all know how the script sets it up, though. When I'm having success like this, we go into the bye week and then we start slipping. A lot of baby back starts happening. A lot of baby back BS starts happening. Guys start feeling like hot asses. We start crumbling it. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. We passed the ball well. We shut their passing game down. They really didn't run that. I mean, they ran for over 100 yards, but, the Ravens usually run for more than that. No turnovers. Lamar Jackson had a good game. Kendre Miller came back into the lineup. First game back, 47 yards rushing and a touchdown. A.T. Perry was our leading receiver. Another touchdown for Roman Whiteside. So that connection of Whiteside and Whiteside and Whitfield. Whitfield to Whiteside. Have fun saying that. No sacks, no interceptions, no problem. We are on a 5-game winning streak. We are 6-4. We are basically tied for first in the division. All right. We're going to upgrade our players. Josh Eubanks has 5 skill points. We drafted him as a 75 or 74 overall normal dev slot corner. He is going to be well into the 80s with a star dev trait. It might be in the running for defensive rookie of the year, and this is so annoying that I can't get him as a man-to-man scheme fit. Well, you know what? We'll keep him a slot. I don't know why I was feeding all that into that. I should have balanced it out more, put up some of the zone. We'll work on the zone later, but we took a 74 normal dev corner. He is now an 80 star dev corner. See, that's why I don't like when people. I do it myself a lot though. We all want that blue hidden gem, that hidden dev trait when we draft our rookies in these auto-generated classes. But god damn it, normal dev matters too. Roman Whiteside, he's having a great 3-game stretch of at least a touchdown. And we get to see, I think, what his dev trait is. And he is a star dev. Anybody else? I don't think we had that many. I don't think we had any dev trait. And, you know, scrambler a little bit. He's been rushing. Been running the ball a little bit. A little Taysom Hill inspiration. Matthew Grant, he is our slot receiver. But he can run deep sometimes. A little playmaker. Make them a little bit more well-rounded, and it will auto-generate everybody else. And we are at the bye week. We auto-generated everybody. Let's look at the contracts that we have coming up. And Chris Olave, paying him whatever he wants. 6-year deal, very player-friendly. We have a lot of cap space, and we're exceeding expectations right now. So I would figure in the offseason, we should have some interest from free agents, like guys like Tyreek Hill, who should have just signed with us anyway, should have bought into the vision, man. But let's get some of these guys here. Isaiah Foskey had a great standout. Cesar Ruiz we'll get for 3 years. Up the money a little bit. Keeping some of our guys. Trevor Penning, he's actually been good. We'll bring him back for 3 years. Up the money a little bit. And he's back. So we should have enough money to bring all our guys back. Ryan Ramczyk, yes, I want you back on 2 years. Up the money. And we have to come back with him. Kendra will wait. He's a running back. It is kind of cheap. Don't think he's going to get 1,000 yards. We're running back committee. A.T. Perry will wait to see what his final stats so we can always upgrade receiver, add some more weapons around our quarterback. And man, Honey Badger will wait because he may retire. And we have a 5th-year option on Wilkins. We'll pick it up. And once we pick that up, and once we come back with Ryan Ramczyk and Isaiah Foskey, we should still have like 70 million, 80 million in cap space. Isaiah Foskey, it's not a lot. And it's not. We're going to pay him. Come back for Ramczyk. And we're going to be very aggressive in the offseason. But looking at our rankings at this time of the season, we are 20 in points per game, number 6 passing offense. We were like dead last in the league last season. 26 rushing, but we're kind of running back by committee. Kendra Miller went out with injury, and we are the number 7 defense. Our secondary kind of slacking. But look at the rushing. Top 10 rush defense. Let's go. Let's move on to next week. Let's continue this win streak. Let's see how we perform after the bye week. We're still a game behind the Falcons. I don't think we played them yet. I swear we haven't played them yet. We do play in week 14. Probably playing final game of the season. Probably will be for the division. And let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep the momentum going. Can we beat the 7-4 Chargers? This is where the schedule gets a little tough. And here we go. Here we go. I called it. I jinxed it. 39-42 though. A 7-4 team. We played a 7-4 team now on the road in LA. And we were down 21-10 at the half. To only lose by a field goal, we dropped 22 in the fourth quarter. 324 passing yards. It's actually not that bad. Geno came in and threw a touchdown. Whitfield, 2 touchdowns. No interceptions. We picked off Herbert once. Couldn't run the ball. Grant, 117, 2 touchdowns. Touchdown for Ian Thomas. No sacks given up from the O-line. Isaiah Foskey got his big payday, got that bag, and he gets a sack. He's very happy. Brian Brzee, Marshawn Lattimore. Defense is playing really good. I'm surprised that we're like 25th, 24th, something like that with our secondary. And now we have the Bucks, who are at the bottom of the division. Panthers slipping a little bit. They're 6-6. I knew it was coming. The meltdown. After the bye week, we lose 10-17. Can't run the ball all of a sudden. Look at this. Hamilton, 3 yards. Gibson, 12 yards, even though he averaged 6 on the 2 carries. Kendra, 17 yards on 9 attempts. I should go out and sign a running back in free agency right now. Marshawn Lattimore is going crazy. But should I go sign a guy? We have a roster spot available to put us over the hump for running the ball. Dalvin Cook, bring back Alvin Kamara. We may do it if we make the playoffs. Let's keep rolling with the guys that we've had all season. Falcons are now 9-3. The division title may be out of... Oh, come on, bro. I knew this was going to happen. And we ran the ball, so that's not an excuse. We got a safety I saw there in the second quarter. We sat Desmond Ridder 3 times. Our quarterback is outplaying these quarterbacks. And we're still finding ways to lose. Our receivers outplaying them. Brian Brzee. Our defense is getting pressure this season. We're getting interceptions. We're getting turnovers. We were 6-4. Now we're under 500 at 6-7. I don't know. Just partying too much the bye week. Went from second to last in the division, or tied for second. And there we go. We win, and then everybody else in the division decides to win the same week. Get off that 3-game losing streak, 27-18. We ran the ball. We shut the running game down. Old school, how we like it. 3 touchdowns. Lawrence Whitfield, gotta be rookie of the year. But we also have that receiver. We also have our tight end. Hopefully we get defensive rookie of the year for our cornerback. Kendra Miller is actually running hard. Chris Olave, Grant, 1-2 combo. Still can add a wide receiver 3 because A.T. Perry seems to be non-existent. Ramchek gave up 2 sacks. That is okay. Stephon Milner, Brian Brzee getting pressure still. Honey Badger 2 picks. Brian Beckham, I told y'all, man, we love our 4-5 corners. 4-5 corners, man. Field goal, I think Group has only missed 1 again. Boy, trying to get that thumbnail. Put him on the thumbnail. Y'all gonna be like, who is that? Who is that kicker? And we have Whitfield as a player of the week. That's his second, I believe, of the season. And 7-7 Bucks, 7-7 Saints. You got the 7-7 Panthers. Falcons will win the division. That was a big loss right there. Even if we don't make the playoffs, we are way ahead of schedule. We have over-exceeded expectations this season. Bad game from our offense and our quarterback. 160, no touchdowns, 1 pick, 5 sacks allowed. Chris Olave still got 80 yards. Man, we just abused Tristan Wirfs. Straight up bullied him. Wilkins and Baber, man. All 400 pounds. David Ayameta, man. Shout out to him. 3rd defensive tackle. He has like 3 sacks on the season. Behind Brzee and Baber, who are both playing outstanding this season. But that loss to the Bucks might have hurt us. We have to try to win out here against the Lions and the Falcons. We beat the Lions. If we can beat the Falcons and hopefully the Bucks lose and we go 9-7, we may have a chance to make the playoffs. Even if we don't, I will take a 500 winning season. 30-13 on the road. 21-0 at the half. Touchdown for Hamilton. Touchdown for Olave. There goes A.T. Perry for 87 yards. Roman Whiteside with a touchdown. Man, I don't know who's going to win Rookie of the Year on offense. Is he going to be our quarterback, our tight end, or our receiver? Romeo Okwara, Wilkins getting some sacks. Devin Bush. Beckham. 2 picks on the season as our 4th corner. Group Still only has one missed field goal. He made a 57-yarder. Y'all know how they usually do us, though. Last game of the season, he's probably going to miss like 3 of them, and it's going to mess up his Kicker of the Year award chances. Last game of the season against the Falcons, we're going to need everybody on their A game. We're going to upgrade everybody on the team. Whitfield, let's do a little bit of improviser. Whiteside, I believe, was a star, yeah, so we already saw him. Everybody else. Forgot we had the rookie punter, too. Kerry Ziegler. And let's look at the standings. See where we stand in this playoff race. So if we were to win, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are the first team out. We need to win. I need the Cowboys to lose. I need the Eagles to lose. Hell, I think I even need the Panthers and the Vikings to lose. So we just got to win. First team out, man. We got the Falcons on the road. They're 12-4. What a season, though. From No Vision Duncan, his coaching staff, what they did, coming in here with a rookie quarterback, kind of weak at receiver, weak at running back. Great defense, but they're still young. And for them to come in here and win 8 games, possibly second in division, possibly playoff appearance, so we last in division. So we lose that final game against the division leader Falcons. We go 8-9, 1 game under 500, last in the division, kind of tied with the Panthers. No Vision Duncan gets his contract extended, and but look at their rankings: 16 in points per game, 8 in passing. They got their quarterback. Rushing, if they get a running back, it's a wrap. It's going to be a top 10 offense in the league. Defense, they were number 12. Right outside of the top 10. Secondary took a step back. The defensive rush took a step up. So what a good season. That was a good season. That was a good season. And then looking at the leaders, Patrick Mahomes, Burrow, Dak Prescott, it's usually those same 3 names. Josh Jacob, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, Chris Olave with a rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, led the league in catches and yards. 110 catches, 15, 23, 11 touchdowns. Let's go. Hassan Reddick, 21 sacks. Micah Parsons, Max Crosby, Jalen Johnson, Sante Samuel, Sauce Gardner, Cole Holcomb, Drew Sanders, and Terrell Burden. Looking at our stats. 8th in passing yards, 4,000 passing yards. You rarely see 4,000 passing yards anymore unless you're one of the heavy passing offenses in the playbooks. And this in Madden 24. This isn't Madden 23 anymore, where everybody throws for 5,050. But what a rookie season. 4,000 yards with barely any weapons. 28 touchdowns, 12 picks. Only 26 sacks from the offensive line. Rushing means running back by committee. So Kendrick Miller had the most yards. Hamilton had the most touchdowns. Gibson had the better average. Well, technically Lawrence Whitfield did. He rushed for 2 touchdowns. Teague rushed for 2 touchdowns. He actually had, tied for the best average. Actually, Geno Smith had the best average. Ian Thomas was second. We ain't going to lean on the averages. But our longest rush of the season was 8 yards by Kendrick Miller, Hamilton. All our running backs and our quarterback. And we had a fumble from our receiver, Matthew Grant. Receiving, we saw what Chris Olave did. Grant, 60 catches, 755, and 6 touchdowns. That's a good rookie season. Good rookie season for Roman Whiteside, 55 and 4. A.T. Perry as a wide receiver, 2. Chances are up. Kind of even got outplayed by this guy, Eric Ellis. 3 touchdowns for Ian Thomas, who was our tight end, 2. Longest reception of the season was only 43 yards to none other than Chris Olave. Under 10 sacks for both Ramczyk and Trevor Penning, who, oh man, I forgot to pay Ryan Ramczyk. But we paid Trevor Penning, and it worked out for us. He played well. Ramczyk played well. Cesar Ruiz did not. That's terrible from the guard position. Eric McCoy, it's like below average at the center position. And shout out to Raphael Stevenson. Great second season, worth the first round pick. Great season overall from the offensive line. I'm not going to single out Cesar Ruiz and Eric McCoy that much. As a unit, great season from the offensive line. Defensively, Stephon Milner, 118 tackles. He had a quiet, good season. Snow had a quiet, good season. Both linebackers. Eubanks Started off hot, got that star dev, then he was like, all right, I'm a star now. I'm a star, so I'm finna just kick back and relax. 4 picks for the Honey Badger, 5 picks for Buda Baker, the former Arizona Cardinal duo. Niles Wilkins, 5 sacks, 19 TFLs. Okay. Brian Brzee, 24 TFLs, 4.5 sacks. What a season from Brian Brzee. Max Bates, what a season from the defensive line. Especially when it came to stopping the run. Look at this, 6 guys with at least double-digit TFLs. We had almost 4 guys with 20. And then the sacks, Baber leading the team with 6. Interceptions, 5 for Buda Baker. Forced fumbles, we had 1 for Buda Baker and Marshawn Lattimore. We had no blocks. We had a safety for Brian Brzee and a pick 6 for Marshawn Lattimore. We had only 1 missed field goal. Shout out to Blake Group or Group A. He also made a 57-yarder, made all his extra pointers. Our rookie punter averaged 50.9. Longest was a 72. No special team touchdowns. Yearly awards, MVP. Apologize, my headphone died on me. But MVP goes to Josh Allen. Coach of the Year goes to Doug Peterson. And then NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Cooper Kupp. We got Chris Olave at number 3. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons, now on the Giants. How did that happen? Playing the Cowboys twice a year. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Lawrence Whitfield, our rookie starting quarterback. And then Grant coming in at number 2. I probably would have rather Grant win it, go up star dev, because I think Lawrence Whitfield would get it off of his stats alone and possibly being in the Pro Bowl. And then look at Whiteside coming in at number 5. So 3 rookies. And the Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Josh Eubanks. We dominate the rookie award. I hope that they actually get the overall Rookie of the Year award, not just from the NFC. But look at that. 1, 2, and 5 on offense. And then defensively, our corner. See, and he was a normal dev up to star nav. He's probably going to be up to star. Grant could get upgraded to star. I think Roman Whiteside was a star. So shout out to this rookie class. Underrated rookie class. Best QB goes to Dak Prescott. We got Lawrence Whitfield at number 8. Running back goes to Bijan. We're not going to have any running back on the list. Wide receiver goes to Cooper Kupp. We got Chris Olave at number 3. Offensive line goes to Chris Langstrom. We have Nick Saldiveri at number 4 because he was our long snapper. Defensive line goes to Micah Parsons. I don't see Brian Brzee. I feel like Brian Brzee deserve, or Baber, one of the two, to be recognized. Linebacker goes to Otis Smith of the Rams. Milner at number 10. Defensive back, Marshawn Lattimore and Honey Badger should both be in here. And it's only Tyrann Mathieu. Best kick. Robbed. And by the former Saints kicker, Will Lutz. Robbed. But we don't make the playoffs last in the division. But winning season overall to reward No Vision Duncan and his staff. Because I usually don't do this. I usually do the talent tree if they have good seasons. I don't like to. I mean, it's not really abusing because the feature is here for us. But we'll do XP gains for cornerback. We'll do XP gains for tight end. And then for his offensive coordinator, we'll do boost awareness for the quarterback. We'll do defensive coordinator. We'll do Boost awareness for safety and cornerbacks by 1. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do the zone secondary. And I think this is going to be an exciting shout out to his offensive and defensive coordinator too. They came in with him and they did their thing. Just need to work on the secondary just a little bit. And let's upgrade the players. Get to the retirements, get to the Super Bowl, get to the Pro Bowl, and see how we can improve this team going into a year 5 Super Bowl or nothing, Super Bowl or bust. Let's see who makes it to the Super Bowl here in year 4. And we should have some Pro Bowlers. I'm expecting Chris Olave. I'm expecting maybe our rookie quarterback, our rookie wide receiver. Probably not our rookie wide receiver, but maybe our rookie corner. Maybe Brian Brzee, even though he wasn't on the award list. It will be the Falcons and the Jaguars. And our rookie quarterback does not make the Pro Bowl. Fullback doesn't make it. Chris Olave is wide receiver 2. Probably should be wide receiver 1. He was the leading receiver in catches and yards. Might have no Ryan Ramczyk? No Ryan Ramczyk. And Brian Brzee. So Brian Brzee is the starting defensive tackle. And he wasn't on the list for best D lineman. And to top it all off, Baber makes it as defensive tackle 3. So both of our defensive tackles, we got Milner, a left outside linebacker, makes the Pro Bowl. I done lost count how many we have. Honey Badger and Buddha. Our kicker probably got snubbed. But some Saints in there. We actually had some Saints in there. But it is a Jaguars-Falcons Super Bowl. We will be rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We don't want our division rivals winning the Super Bowl. And let's look at the adjust lineup screen and see if we have any dev trait upgrades. And we do. Whitfield goes up to star. Grant stays at a normal. Whiteside came out as a star. And then defensively, Baber goes back up to superstar because we drafted him as 1. Brian Brzee goes up to superstar. Buddha Baker, I think, goes back up to X Factor. Honey Badger, I believe, goes back up to superstar. So we're starting to see some silver and gold and red on the defense. And Eubanks, we just talked about it. Can you go from a normal to an X Factor in one season? Well, Josh Eubanks, 74 overall normal depth slot corner, who's now a scheme fit man-to-man, just went from boring brown dev trait to shiny silver to the big Goldie. Superstar dev corner. We want to talk about DraftKings. We're finna start calling ourselves the development king. If you see a normal dev player and you're like, we can't develop him, ain't no time to develop, just give him a chance, give him an opportunity. Some of them will thrive. So we get about 3 new superstars on defense, 4 new superstars on defense with the X Factor and a silver star dev quarterback. So development is going well. It was a good season, exceeded expectations. Hopefully the Jaguars win the Super Bowl so we don't have to deal with the Falcons as Super Bowl champions next season. And the Super Bowl winner is the Atlanta Falcons. They get their first Super Bowl ring. They beat the Jaguars by a field goal, 22-19. And we did get the overall offensive rookie of the year in Lawrence Whitfield. But the defensive rookie of the year overall was middle linebacker Reggie Pinkston of the Broncos. Got Micah Parsons, defensive player of the year. Josh Allen, offensive player of the year. Doug Peterson, coach of the year, going to the Super Bowl. And then NFL MVP, cover star, Josh Allen. Looking at any retirements, I would hate for Honey Badger to retire. Cooper Kupp retires, so that should make Chris Olave now the best wide receiver in the NFC. And I'm not seeing any New Orleans Saints. There goes Derek Carr. So a season removed from being our quarterback. He retires. Michael Thomas retires. He didn't get signed by any team in free agency. Don't see Alvin Kamara. And another Saint, Sean Payton, retires, gives it up. Couldn't get it done with the Denver Broncos. Let's advance to the re-sign screen. I think we have to bring back Ryan Ramczyk. And mock draft 3 is out. We should have, because we didn't make the playoffs, we should be in a good spot for the mock. And we're at number 13, and they still have us taking a right tackle. I mean, it makes sense because Ryan Ramczyk is not under contract. And this guy has A run block, A pass block finesse, A awareness. Scott Jensen. If we can't bring back Ryan Ramczyk, Scott Jensen, I actually don't hate that much. That's why it made sense. I know at the time I was like, we got Ryan Ramczyk. He wasn't under contract and still isn't. So I actually don't hate that. But look at that positions of need. I think wide receiver. I think cornerback, running back, most definitely. Those 3 positions we could look to upgrade. But let's try to bring back Ryan Ramczyk. We should have some interest. I think he did have interest. And Wilkins, we're going to pick up the 5th-year option. And yeah, Ramczyk does have it. Why didn't he sign? Let's just give him. We have 128 million in cap. Let's just pay him whatever he wants. And he should come back. And then we could probably bring some of these depth. Now, Kendre Miller, he's not interested. No 1,000-yard seasons. We're running back by committee. A.T. Perry was underwhelming. Howden. Saldivari was on that list. Because he was on that list, I am going to reward him. Pro Bowl, long snapper. Everybody else. Honey Badger lost. See, we just talked about going from normal to superstar in one season. It is possible to go from star to superstar, and then from superstar all the way back down to normal in one off season, from the retirements, from the Super Bowl week to re-signing contracts. He was just a superstar at Super Bowl week, and then when it's time to sign contracts, he's down to a 79 normal. But Honey Badger balled out, made the Pro Bowl. We're gonna pay him for it. Don't care about the regression. Only care about the production. Care a little bit about the regression though. Cody Teague, our fullback. Why not? Still treating him like a superstar dev fullback. So we're only losing Kendre Miller and A.T. Perry, 2 starters that can be upgraded. So not bad. Not bad at all. And we should be able to hit in free agency this time. Unlike last season where we missed out on like a Tyreek Hill. And let's see who is available in free agency. And we have Ronnie Stanley. We got Marlon Humphrey. But let's look at running back. So Ramondre Stevenson is the best guy there. Well, we may be looking to draft a running back. Receiver. Nothing there. We may be looking to draft anybody interested. Not guys that can come in and really make an impact. I mean, unless we decided to bring back Brandon Cooks to New Orleans. He's lost some of his speed, though. Don't need Dalton Kincaid now. Don't need any offensive linemen. Don't need any D linemen. Don't need any linebackers. We do need another corner, though. Marlon Humphrey. I mean, we've drafted a lot of Alabama players in these auto-generated classes. Why not sign an former Alabama player in Marshawn Lattimore? Come in here for 1 year. Our secondary was the weakest part of our defense last season, even though they did get a lot of interceptions. So let's go for it. Let's go for Marlon Humphrey, and we're not even in the running. Let's go for Marlon Humphrey and pair him up with Marshawn Lattimore and Eubanks. Give him like a 2-year deal. We finna just give him a lot of money. I mean, 76 mil. He's gonna be our only free agent signing. Let's pay him. Could bring Marcus Williams back, but we don't need safety. I mean, we could have let Honey Badger walk and then try to bring in a Malik Hooker or Marshawn Williams, but it's fine. So yeah, only free agent we're going after is Marlon Humphrey. Pair him up with Eubanks and Marshawn Lattimore to improve the secondary. That was what, 26, something like that in the rankings, and we don't get him. Paulson Adebo, who we let go a couple of seasons ago. I'm tired of missing out on free agents, bro. Bring in Ramondre Stevenson. Nah. Alright, that's alright. We'll just go to the draft. Proving the draft. Saw what happened last season when Tyreek Hill didn't sign with us. Chris Olave was the best receiver in the NFL. And we may even have to take a running back with our first pick. Let's look at Russell Van Buren. RVB. 4.36. Elite jumping. Good speed. Decent strength. A ball carrier vision. C to F juke move. B carrying. C B. I mean, nothing too crazy. But maybe the best runner. Look at this. I thought it said power back for a second at 5'9", 180. Doesn't look like a good running back class. We may have to spend a first round pick. Look at this guy, John Adcock. Don't really need a power back. We have one of those already. So receiving back and elusive is what we would be going for. And I think one of these two running backs right here is going to get taken, and maybe with our first pick. Receiver, this guy in the second round, Armand Dunbar. You can just catch the ball. Our tight end is kind of like our third wide receiver. Don't really see no wide receivers. Offensive line, we're set. D-line, we're set. Linebacker, we're set. Even though we could take a middle linebacker to kind of sit behind Devin Bush, because he's kind of getting up there. Conrad Parks, he looks okay. Corner. Elite acceleration, elite change of direction, elite speed. 5'11", 195. He can catch, but his stamina awareness is not great. I'm still going to put him on the list. Demetrius Bronson. Looks okay. This looks kind of like a weak draft class. We may spend a first round pick on a running back. We may have to. Yeah, we may have to. I don't even think I'm going to waste any more time and just get to the draft. Was expecting a better free agency. Would have been big if we were able to get Marlon Humphrey. But nobody wants to sign with us. So we have all this money not spent going into a year 5 Super Bowl or nothing. We have yet to make the playoffs. Came close to making the wild card. A couple of games behind. And now we have to find a way to improve this team through the draft, which we have done. We have improved the team through the draft. We have built this team and rebuilt it through the draft. They actually have us taking a running back with the first round pick, and that may be what we just have to do. The receiver class is kind of weak. The corners don't look all that great. I think we're going to go running back with the first pick. It's not too crazy. It's not too out of the loop. And don't see really anybody in our division that got better, besides the Bucks getting Dalton Kincaid. And I think for the private workouts, we're going to do the 2 running backs. And then we're going to do maybe this cornerback, if we consider taking him in the first round. But I think we're going to do this middle linebacker. I just want to see do some more homework on him, because we may actually reach for him and take him with our second round pick. Could have also did a safety too, a backup for Tyrann Mathieu, because he did regress. So look at the 2 running backs, and we will determine. We might be able to trade down and still get them, or one of them. And Van Buren, I don't like his awareness being only C and D. He's a great pass blocker, has great ball carrier vision, but doesn't look that great of a runner. And then Matt Greenwood, I don't know. This is like a weak draft class. Do we just trade? This linebacker doesn't look that good either. I think we may just trade for a running back or corner or something. Let's see who's on the trading block. J.K. Dobbins, Zach Charbonnet. I mean, he just signed with the Bills.
The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock.
And we're just going to pull the trigger. Even though we could be missing out on this corner, Quincy Rucker. But then again, his awareness. Nobody has awareness in this draft. Besides this guy, Will Woodard, who's a hybrid. Just gonna go with the running back. There's no receivers. Really? I mean, this guy can't catch. Dunbar, who I thought looked good at first. Just gonna go Russell Van Buren. RVB will be the nickname. He's fast. Great elite jumping, 8 injury, 8 ball carrier vision, can pass block.
The Panthers are on the clock.
Hidden dev. So next we'll look at safety, corner,
With the next selection, the Saints are on the clock.
or wide receiver. And Isaiah Stewart. 6'4", 228, ran a 4.44, elite jumping, elite strength. Can't really run routes. Just be a throw it up type. Middle linebacker wasn't that great, so we don't want to reach for him. At least not yet. There's some other linebackers down the board. Corner. I'm not. I am not feeling this draft class. Not feeling this draft class. Um, Kerry Bartell, he has 2 A's, 2 possible. Yeah, man, this class, bro.
It's the Carolina Panthers now on the clock.
I mean, I just did it with no vision. I did it with no vision. Hidden dev corner. 2 hidden devs. We have to build through the draft, and
On
that's
the
exactly what
clock
we're doing. We're
now,
2 for
the
2.
New Orleans
Hidden
Saints.
dev. Trying to keep our crown. Now we look at receiver, linebacker, or safety. And I think we're going to go linebacker.
The Carolina Panthers now on the clock.
May have gone the wrong linebacker, but it's not all about the dev traits. Y'all just seen that. The Joshua Eubanks season
It's the
from
New
normal
Orleans Saints
to
now
superstar.
on the clock.
And we're going to look for receiver and then safety. See if we can find another receiver like we did last season, how we got Grant. You know, I don't like safeties that can't tackle. I don't know why I thought it said D for tackle. That's zone. We're going to do Luis Garcia, hidden
It's the
dev.
New England Patriots now on the clock.
So far, we only missed dev trait on that linebacker. Probably should
The
have just
New
took the guy that we
Orleans
did
Saints
homework
are
on
now
anyway.
on the clock.
We may double dip at linebacker here. And try to get the hidden dev. This guy skipped the combine.
With the next selection,
We got him.
the Carolina Panthers
We
on
got
the
him.
clock.
And now we look at receiver. Can we find
The next selection,
a
the
hidden dev
Saints
receiver
are on
in the
the
5th
clock.
round? Remember, we got Grant in the 5th round last season, who was the runner-up in Offensive Rookie of the Year for the NFC. Can we get another one? Don't know if we can. Maybe we go another tight end. We go 2 tight end system. Oh man, I'm running out of time. CPU's gonna make the pick for me. Hopefully they take a receiver.
The Panthers
They go defensive tackle. Could use more depth. Think we lost David Onyemata.
Now, the New Orleans Saints.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. And we're still looking for that receiver. Not going to give up on it. We need a wide receiver. That's where all these guys are so slow, man. All right, this is the last receiver I'm looking at. I think I already looked at this guy. B short route receiver.
It's the Carolina Panthers now on the clock.
We're desperate at receiver.
It's the New Orleans Saints now on the clock.
And I think we're gonna look at D tackle, just because we saw how David Onyemata got used as our third defensive tackle last season. I know the CPU drafted one for me, but let's see if we can find like a run stopper. I mean, this top guy doesn't look that bad. Power rusher, Darnell Klein, decent ratings, all C's. We'll take him.
The Carolina Panthers now on the clock.
And I think we did good outside of receiver, but with our tight end being
Saints are now on the clock.
okay, we're gonna use all these picks. I think another tight end. Might as well. If we can get another tight end. And use that as kind of like our wide receiver 3. Use a 2 tight end system. This guy Hunter Clark looks like the best option. Elite strength, not good in run blocking.
The Los Angeles Chargers now on the clock.
And for our final draft of the Saints realistic rebuild, not bad at all. We got 4 70s. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 hidden dev, maybe 5. If the AI, shout out to them. We got a hidden dev defensive tackle. I ain't gonna take credit for it. They picked low overall 62, but hidden dev. I'm not gonna count it, but 5 hidden dev, 69 receiver in the 6th round, basically a 70 receiver. So not bad. We could play him as our wide receiver 3, but he'll be like a wide receiver 5, maybe wide receiver 6. He'll be in competition. 68 tight end could be a backup, but man, we got our running back RVB Russell Van Buren. He's gonna have to start. Hopefully he can help us in the running game. We finally go over 1,000 yards. We got a corner. Missed out on Marlon Humphrey, so we went and got DeAndre Whitfield. Needs to work on his man coverage and a little bit of press and catching. But hopefully he can help us with our secondary and improve our rankings from this past season. Now, this linebacker didn't have hidden dev, but 73 overall at 21 years of age. He has good ratings. He's very athletic. But the other linebacker, 72, only 1 point lower, but a hidden dev. I might even release Devin Bush or let this guy compete with Devin Bush for the start and middle linebacker spot in preseason. Defensive tackle will be more depth behind Baber and Brazee. And then Strickland just adds more to be a return guy in the wide receiver room. Klein, who I drafted, just adds more depth to the D line, and then the tight end adds more depth to the tight end room. And then I think the draft class was weak, and it was. The best person was a guard, 78 overall, And then, you got your corners who are always good, and another guard. Quarterback was a 76. And we got Whitfield, who was what, in the top 10. So, I mean, kind of a underwhelming free agency. Didn't get the guy that we want. That's kind of becoming a trend. But we saw improvement. We won 8 games. We were a couple of games away from potentially making the playoffs, a game under 500. But with no Vision Duncan and his staff and this quarterback, we're trying to build a winning culture back here in New Orleans. But that'll wrap it up for part 4 of this New Orleans Saints Madden 24 realistic rebuild. Stay tuned for part 5, Super Bowl or nothing.